Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Nisha. Here in this community, we are all about getting to the next version of ourselves, stepping into the best version of ourselves. And that's why I am passionate about creating these self-development, self-awareness videos so that, to help each other, get to that level. Because I'm still learning, I'm still on my journey, I still have a lot of work to do, but with the tools that I have gathered, I want to make sure that I'm not doing a disservice to anyone else, and I'm stepping in my purpose, and I'm being obedient to the assignment that was placed on me by, even though, I'm not perfect and I'm still in this journey, that I am reaching back and helping those that I could with the things that I have learned to get me to where I am at today, right? So in this video, I want to talk about fasting. Fasting is very, it's a popular tool that people, mainly I feel like in the health community with fitness and weight loss and things of that nature. And we also know that fasting also gets sort of a bad rep with other people because they say that, fasting caused them to, create eating disorders, right? And things of like that. And it created mental issues for them. But for me, I was able to use fasting to help me kick my marijuana addiction. Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse that. But for real, like, I was addicted to marijuana for over 7 years. And I got on that path when I lost my daughter. And I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just giving you the background. When I lost my daughter through stillbirth, I started, just wilding out. And marijuana for me was, which started off as, something that I can do to relax, kind of distract. It did turn into an addiction. And for those out there who feel like you cannot be addicted to marijuana, it's full of it. I don't care. Yes, you could. You can very much so be addicted to marijuana. And I find it funny because I used to say the same thing, like, you can't get addicted to marijuana. I can quit anytime. And I wasn't lying because I was able to quit whenever I wanted to quit. But I will always go back to it, right? So you can say, I can quit at the drop of a dime if I wanted to, which may be true. But then after a week or so, you're back craving it and you're going back to it. What is that? An addiction. And what did I tell you guys about the subconscious mind? How the subconscious mind is very tricky. How it would convince you that this is your decision. You're consciously making the decision to go back to marijuana because you want to do it, because you want to do it. It's fun for you. You can quit anytime. These are the things that our mind like to say to us to keep us in the same behaviors that you may really want to kick. And for me, who I wanted to be, like, once I did that exercise where I wrote down on a piece of paper a list of the person that I see myself as being, that I know that I am, and I just needed to make sure that my behaviors were matching that. Once I did that exercise, I knew that marijuana was no longer congruent with that person. I had to let it go. It was very hard for me to do so because, like, I would be just like those who say you can quit at the drop of a dime. I would quit, and the next thing you know, I'll be going right back to it. So I knew that I wanted to quit. I just didn't like it no more. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I didn't like the way, it with my brain, like, the memory loss. I wasn't a person who got the munchies with marijuana. It was the opposite for me. Like, marijuana for me was more like a upper. Like, if I was feeling down, depressed, I would smoke, and then next thing you know, I'm wanting to clean up my whole entire house. I was one of those people who wanted to smoke but be active, not even partying, like get housework done. I want to smoke, and now I'm ready to do my homework. Now I want to do, go grocery shopping. Things that didn't seem appeasing to me because I had, this low energy. I was feeling down. Marijuana would, pick me up, and I would be able to handle things. But then it became, once I started to really like get to know myself, do all the self-development work and start working on myself and developing self-awareness, I started to realize that I didn't need it. It was no longer a need for me, because it did. And I'm not bashing marijuana, because at the end of the day, to me, I feel like it was a tool that I needed at the time. It worked for me at the time. But once I started to do the work on myself, I no longer needed it, right? And it went from a need to a habit that I just couldn't break, if I'm being honest with myself, right? And that's all what I'm trying to be on, not trying, what I'm doing and being on this channel is being very transparent with myself and with you guys as well, because, you know, I just want to just be all the way authentically myself, right? But it became a habit for me that I wanted to break, that I knew was no longer congruent with the person that I wanted to be, that I am, right? It was no longer serving me. It had gotten me as far as it could, and it can no longer serve me. So one of the videos and topics I'm going to talk about is trusting your intuition and really being in tune with your intuition, because when I started this journey and I really started to go within and really start to trust myself, my intuition is playing a major role in getting me to those levels, those next levels. And I'm very happy with the results that I'm getting, right? So I just kept saying, like, man, like, I want to quit. I don't want to smoke no more. I don't want to smoke. I don't like the way it makes me feel. After, you know, when that high comes down and you're back to feeling lazy, stuck, because now the high has, you know, you going through that little crash. I didn't want to do it no more. And something just was like, fast, right? Now, I'm familiar with fasting because for the last 2 years, I have started off with intermittent fasting. And then I started doing a couple of, like, I feel, what was it, 2021? I did my first 5-day, I think it was 2021, yeah. I did my first, or 2020, I did my first 5-day fast with my sister. And I loved it, right? But again, I was in practice mode, so went back to my old ways, and I was not consistent. Anytime that I did fasting, I was not consistent with it. And for this new year of 2023, because I like to take a couple of things, like I talked about before in my one of my videos, where you want to pick a couple of things to master, then you move to other things. Fasting is one for 2023 that I really am going to be consistent with, and I'm so excited because I know that just based off what it has done for me so far, I know that I'm going to have amazing results. But so I started to tell myself, like, I wanted to quit and you know, smoking marijuana. Then something was just like, you know what, fast. So I'm thinking, like, okay, fast. I'm listening. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. But I'm thinking that, you know, it's telling me to fast for weight loss purposes or health purposes, right? Not knowing that this fast was going to kick the marijuana habit for good. I am now, I stopped smoking in May. The last time I smoked was in May, the end of May. It is December 1st, and I have not smoked, don't even have the desire to smoke. Now, I done been around family members, I done been in parties or get-togethers where people are smoking, and I do not have the urge to smoke. Don't care to smoke. I'm at a point where I can be around people smoking, and it does nothing for me. It does not affect me at all. Like, it doesn't affect me, and I have to contribute that to fasting. So the fasting method that I did for 2 weeks, I did a rolling 72s for 2 weeks, where you fast for 72 hours, and then after 72 hours you eat, and then you fast again for another 72 hours, and then you eat. But when I came out of that fast, right, and I stopped fasting and went on about my merry little life, I did not want to smoke. And I tried to smoke. I really did. I tried to smoke, and it just was like, ugh, like I hated, I felt so like disgusted, right? And I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, I was just like, I'm done with this. And I had, you know, marijuana. I had a lot of it, and I remember, no lie. Even to this day, I'd be like, what the hell? But when you're ready for change, you do some radical things. I threw it all in the garbage can. Didn't give it to nobody. I literally threw it away in the garbage can. It was crazy. Threw it all away. And that's when I knew, like, I was just done, right? And now here we are, December, and I don't even have an urge to even smoke. So fasting played a major role in me kicking that habit. So, like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of that. This is all anecdotal advice that I'm giving, things that help me. I'm telling my story. Take it how you take it. You know what I mean? Like, do what you do. But for me, fasting really helped me kick my marijuana habit. And I believe it's because it detoxed me. Like, you know, like, I didn't went weeks, couple of weeks. I didn't went 3 months without smoking and still had that urge and still wanted to smoke, right? So I can't even say it's because I didn't smoke or I went days without smoking, because I have done that plenty of times. I truly believe it was the fast. So, hey, if you have any vices that you want to kick, any habits that you want to kick, go into a fast. And I believe that this is why, you know, in different religions, fasting is something that they take serious and they actually implement into their lives in religion, because it really does work. It really, really does. Like, I want to go on a fast where I'm like reading scriptures and things like that to get closer to God. You know what I mean? I can't wait. But that's next year. That's my goal. Just to get into fast and really be consistent and be intentional with my fast. So just wanted to tell you about fasting and, you know, coming at it from a different perspective. You know, it's not just for weight loss. It's not just for just mental clarity. I believe that it helps you kick certain vices, or, you know, whatever you're going through, use fasting and it may get you out of it. So this is Misha again with another video. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this community. I would love to have you here. I want to be the person to others that I wish that I had for myself when I was going through my dark times. So like I always say, if you continue to pour into yourself, if you continue to work on yourself and focus on yourself, you can never lose. You can always win. Thank you again for watching this video. See you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.